Hello folks, and I want to announce the winners for the 25k subscriber giveaway. Now I'm going to be taking off to TwitchCon, so I won't be around for the next few days. So what I'm going to be doing is announcing all the winners tonight, and then over the next few days I'm going to get in contact with everybody that won via email to figure out which server you're on and where I should be sending your stuff. So without much further hesitation, let's meet the people who managed to sail their battleships backwards, firing only HE, and did enough damage to win this giveaway. And at number 10, the winner is Hollywood Falcon, who managed 58,847 damage. Good for 10th place, but still far away from number 1. At number 9, Cheesehead, who did 60,675 damage. And you know, the fun thing is I was sort of looking at the damage and going, how high can these numbers go? Well, Joey Pow 1115 from the Southeast Asian server did 61,759 damage, good for 8th. At 7th, we have Goomba Stomp, who did 63,999 damage. Nice damage numbers, by the way, and I love the name Goomba. Aside from that, here we go. Flutter Rage at number 6, who did 64,345 damage. Good stuff, Flutter. ADF Master did 65,107, which was good enough for 5th place. And finally, we move up to 4th place, and the POTUS, who did 65,868 damage. Good job, the President of the United States. And in 3rd place, it is Saruman Noob, who managed a whopping 76,225 damage. Although that was only good for 3rd place, so can you guess how much the 1st and 2nd place winners managed to do? Anyways, while I'm showing off a little bit of Saruman's replay, there is something else that I actually want to talk about, which is what was the whole purpose of this 25k subscriber giveaway? Was it purely there for me to just troll everybody? Was it just because I want to have a really good laugh? Well, the troll part, not so much. The laughing part, that is true, because these were hilarious, and I loved seeing people do this. But there was actually an objective to all this. Now, a lot of people got, well, I mean, some people thought it was funny, but there were a few people on the YouTube comment section that got really, really mad at me for running this particular contest, because they thought I was going to flood their games with people sailing their battleships backwards. What this whole entire replay contest was really meant to do, aside from me giving away some awesome stuff and celebrating 25,000, was that I actually wanted to hopefully teach some people a little bit about the way that they're thinking about battles. And the reason why I say that is because not every ship is suited for every single kind of map. And you know, you're not supposed to have done, you know, these sort of challenges consecutively in every single battle hoping to get the maximum score. You're supposed to get into a situation that would be most favorable for you to sail in one of the ships and to get the kind of damage and everything that was possible. So take a look at this particular map and this particular ship. It's actually a good mix. Saruman is in a Congo, which is a fast battleship, and a fast battleship going forwards is pretty fast going backwards too. Not only that, but on a map that's slightly bigger, it's nice to have guns that can range out, and having both long-range guns and a scout allows Saruman not always to have to, you know, close the range. He can sometimes just stay a little bit further away and get his shells on target. On this particular map, it wouldn't have been that great to bring, let's say, a Wyoming or an Arkansas Beta, because your guns wouldn't have been able to really hit the targets. So what this entire challenge was really meant to do is have you think about the objective and what I've, you know, the things that I've limited you on, and see if there's a way for you to deal with it. You know, can you create the ideal map, situation, ship, etc., so that you can do the max amount of damage? So Saruman here had sort of everything kind of going for him, got in the right ship, was on the right map, perfect, did quite a bit of damage just using HE ammunition, 76,225. But this was actually only good for 3rd. So let's take a look at Saruman's results screen. 43 target hits, 8 fires set, destroyed 1 ship, knocked out 7 modules, and actually managed to even get 1 citadel with HE on a carrier. This gave him 1,313 base experience, which was good for third on the team. And remember, third on the team doing all the wrong things essentially with a battleship, for a pretty darn respectable 76,225 damage. So congratulations, Saruman, but let's find out who was in second. And in second place is Kuso Tetoku, who managed 92,464 damage. Holy crap. I didn't think anybody would be getting this amount of damage. I was thinking probably the winning entry would be maybe in the 70k range, but wow, Kuso just blew me away. And Kuso, by the way, I really liked your strategy to try to get your damage numbers up there. What Kuso does is he essentially tries to use fire as a weapon. Instead of focusing all of the HE shells constantly onto one target, what Kuso does is very, very intelligent. Fires a salvo, sets one ship on fire, and then switches targets. So as you can see, there's fire on the Miyogi. Although with the Miyogi still having this much HP, Kuso goes for the second fire, because 2 fires are pretty darn lethal. Manages to get his guns loaded, fires off the second salvo, and the Miyogi catches on fire immediately. That's 2 fires. So once that's done, Kuso could just keep firing at the Miyogi, but instead decides, look, there is a South Carolina over there that I can set on fire. Takes his guns, aims them at the South Carolina, fires off a salvo, and is now going to set that battleship on fire. Looks back at the Miyogi, realizes the Miyogi has now put out the fire, so is actually going to turn his guns around to try to get that battleship on fire again. But notices that there are torpedo bombers coming in and realizes that if the torpedoes hit, there's not much damage left to be gained from that Miyogi. So instead of wasting a salvo, turns his guns back onto the South Carolina, because the South Carolina still has a reasonable good amount of HP for him to actually get damage off of. So Kuso, very nice play. I watched your replay. Very, very nice use of sort of targeting individual ships and just using fire as a main weapon for you. And of course, that shows in his results screen, as you will see in a second here. First of all, Kuso managed 2,177 experience, 15 fires, loads and loads of fires there, and was top of the team in terms of base experience at 1,451, and of course the outrageous 92,000 damage, out of which 36,000 of it was from fire damage alone. And finally, I present to all of you Lord Zath, our first prize winner, who managed 96,265 damage. And not only that, but Lord, I cracked up like nuts watching your replay. And the reason why that happens is, so imagine you're running up against a battleship. Imagine this battleship is sailing backwards and firing HE, like possibly the biggest noob ever. And then this battleship starts screaming at you to come ram him. So Lord Zath is going around, is like, butt ram man, New York butt ram man, come on, you know you wanna. And he's going around. And he's so close. He was so close on like 2 occasions in this replay where you nearly actually butt ram someone. It was just the funniest thing. So goes around, yeah, he, misses the ram, but then he starts calling the New York a coward. I swear, it's like Lord Zath is like trying to like do what the New Zealand rugby team does. They before they play a match, they try to intimidate the crap out of their opponent by doing this Maori war dance. It's like the same thing. Goes around blasting holes in everything and absolutely making fun of them when they don't agree to do stuff. So this New York sails by, takes a pounding from everything and dies. Then Lord Zath turns his wrath onto, the Ishizuchi as well. And the fun part is he's sailing his ship around, he's engaging stuff, and he's still typing in chat. Come on, Ishizuchi, you know you want to ram me. Come on, accept my challenge. So Lord Zath, so close. Look at this. On this occasion as well. Oh, look at this. Almost. And the Ishizuchi, just squeezes by. And this entire replay was just absolutely full of lulls, although this is probably the funniest part. The Ishizuchi does manage to squeeze by Lord Zath, avoiding the ram, but eats a bunch of torpedoes, gets shot by the secondaries of Lord Zath, and dies. Had he not actually died from that, his own friendly carrier, which was attempting to torp Lord Zath, failed on the torpedo run, and so Lord Zath managed to even dodge the TB strike as well. So, oh my goodness, this entire replay was so full of laughs. So for that little bit of extra humor, I will be sending you some extra doubloons as well. So let's take a look at the stats. End up being a draw. Lord Zath managed 1,051 experience, got a Dreadnought, even managed 2 Citadels apparently on a carrier, 1,051 base experience, which was top of the team in the draw, and for a grand total, if you look at the detailed report, of 96,265 damage. Congratulations, Lord Zath, you are the first place winner of the 25k subscriber giveaway. And that brings us to the end of this particular replay contest. Thank you all for entering, and of course to the winners, congratulations on winning. Your battles were awesome to watch indeed. Alright folks, I gotta get packed and ready to head off to San Fran. Looking forward to seeing you all when I get back, probably for the next video on Monday. So take care, and I'll see you all on the high seas.